this video, we're going to look at the MICROCARE products that you would typically find if you went to somebody's home or business and you saw a solar installation. We're going to look at the MICROCARE inverters and what are the different inverters we manufacture. We're going to look at the MPPTs, which stands for Maximum Power Point Tracker. This tracks the maximum power out of the solar panel and puts it into the battery. And then look at the monitoring equipment as well. So we're going to look at the range of products in these categories that MICROCARE manufactures. So let's start with the inverters. The MICROCARE inverter comes with a 5-year warranty. It has a transformer inside of it, so it is quite heavy, and that means it can really pack a punch. It can handle any spikes in power, both high and low, and it is of course then able to provide clean, pure sine wave energy. The MICROCARE inverters are also quite robust, and because they are locally manufactured, we can repair them down to component level here at the factory. So you only need to buy once when it comes to MICROCARE, because we can always repair the product, upgrade it, and make sure that it's always up to the current spec of what batteries require. So what size inverters do we manufacture? On the single phase application, we start with a 1 kilowatt. Now 1 kilowatt, 2 kilowatt and 3 kilowatts, they're available in various voltages. The 1 kilowatt is available in a 12, 24 and 48 volt. The 2 kilowatt is available in a 24 and a 48 volt, and the same for the 3 kilowatt available in a 24 or 48 volt. I think it's important to understand that a 3 kilowatt 24 volt inverter is not the same as a 3 kilowatt 48 volt inverter. They're two separate inverters. They have different transformers inside of them. Those are what we call our baby range. They're lithium-ion compatible, they're transformer based. The most popular MICROCARE inverter is the 5 and 8 kilowatt inverter. These are our wall-mounted inverters like the 1, 2s and 3s, but of course they can handle a lot more power. They're fully lithium-ion compatible, they come with all of the comms required for online monitoring as well. And then our 10 and 15 kilowatt inverter are floor-mounted. They've got large transformers in them, so they need to be based on the ground. They of course are lithium-ion compatible, they're transformer based, and they have all the comms for online monitoring. So those are our single phase inverters. We do have a mobile 1 and 2 kilowatt 24 volt inverter we call a mobile UPS, ideally made for the load shedding that we've experienced for your office or your home to be able to run a few appliances. If you want to go to 3 phase, you would take any of our inverters, let's say 3 10 kilowatts, and put 1 10 kilowatt per phase, making for 30 kilowatts. Which means our capacity with our standalone items off the shelf here at MICROCARE is 45 kilowatts, 3 15 kilowatt inverters. So when it comes to 3 phase, it's a special application, and the 3 inverters will need to be customized here at the factory. Beyond that, you'll be looking at the MICROCARE mini grid system. Let's move over to our MPPTs. MICROCARE manufactures a range of solar chargers. In fact, we make 2 versions, a baby one called an LED MPPT, mainly because he's got no screen and he's just got LED indicators showing you state of charge, load, and so on. Now those LED MPPTs are ideally manufactured for the one panel, one battery kind of application. Your gate motors, your CCTV cameras, and those smaller load applications. The LCD MPPT, our larger one, is made for the more general use, and our most popular is our biggest one, the 100 amp LCD. Now it's got auto voltage detection. That means if you connect it to a 24 volt battery bank, it's automatically going to detect that and apply itself to that voltage. The largest of them being 48 volts. So 100 amp 48 volts is the most popular application. But we manufacture a smaller 20 amp, a 40 amp, a 60 amp and a 100 amp MPPT. So that's the LCD and LED MPPTs. And then lastly, you'll typically see some monitoring equipment giving the information from what's happening on site to somebody's phone or laptop. Now, MICROCARE manufactures a couple of products to make sure that you are well connected accurately to your system. It all starts with the battery monitor, the brains on the site. Now, this gives us things like state of charge of the battery, the load and how much is being used and drawn, and of course, how much panel power we are generating. What's the generation capacity like? That information all gets sent to our battery monitor. Now, the information is sent from our battery monitor sensors, and we have a 200 amp and a 400 amp sensor that picks up that data and sends it through to the brains, the battery monitor. And then, of course, if you want that on your phone or your laptop, you will then connect the MICROCARE web logger, which will give that information onto the cloud. So that's the monitoring equipment that you'll often see on site, alongside our MPPTs and the MICROCARE inverters. A little insight into some of the products that we manufacture here at MICROCARE.